Hey, what's going on, everybody? You know, when you tune in to this show, you know what you're going to find. You're going to find me at the top and somebody we're going to talk to later on, and they all have something important to say because we all have the same idea going forward. My name is DJ Rick. I want to welcome you guys to National Sex Day. This is the only adult holiday on record. Only adult holiday on calendar and patent. So, therefore, we started something 3 years ago and now it's just exploded. We want to thank everybody who's been a part of our journey because everybody has something to say about the topic. We talk about safe sex practices. We talk about STD prevention. We talk about the adult industry. We also talk about sex coaching, sex positivity, and everything from the LGBTQ all the way to trans issues and everything else in between. So when you think about it, think about us. National Sex Day, June 9th. That's the only, and I do mean the first and only, sex holiday on record. The 6th month, the ninth day, holiday 69. We also own National Oral Sex Day, Anal Sex Day, Swingers Day, and we got a few more in the works because this is a topic that keeps on growing. So join us, go to our profile, hit us, say you like us. If you want an interview, let us know. We're always happy to talk to people. Everybody has a story. So put it all together, people. You now have a holiday to celebrate sex positivity. And speaking of sex and positivity, I have this beautiful young lady on this segment, even though she doesn't know who America's team is. And we're going to educate her on another topic when that comes about. But the thing about it is, she's got a bright smile, a great attitude, she's sexy, and she has content to sell. And she's kind of where I'm at, kind of in a Lone Star State. In Texas, we're bigger than life, and so is she. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to introduce yourself and tell the people who you are.
Hi there. I am Bridgette Daniels, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. And I do porn. I do all kinds of stuff. Porn content. I love sex. And I'm here with you to have fun and talk, tell you all about it.
She's all sexy, ladies and gentlemen. You got to check out her profile and check out her pictures. We're going to put that in the end as we always do because we do promote the people that help us get where we're going. So first and foremost, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for answering the emails. People are texting us and talking to us, and we're trying to get to as many people as we possibly can because we're really getting big. People do understand now this is a holiday that celebrates the positive aspect of sex, and of course, it's part of it in the adult industry. So tell us, how in the world did you decide to wake up one day and say, I'm going to do porn? What started your journey?
What started my journey was first, I'm in the lifestyle. I've been in it for 19 years.
Okay.
And then somebody said, well, why don't you do camming, cam modeling? Make money at it. Well, okay. And I started that. And then I started to get on platforms like OnlyFans X, um, all the platforms.
Okay.
And so then one of my followers contacted me and told me to go to the New Jersey erotica. Or no, yeah,
Exotica.
erotica,
Yes.
exotica, duh. And so I went, and that kind of blew me up and started my big journey.
Yeah. Exotica has a lot of paths. My first one was in Miami, actually, this year. And
It wasn't. Did you like it? I went there.
yeah, I liked everything about it. Honestly, I think I might have seen you in passing because I recognize some people I've been talking with and seeing in the area. Because Dallas and Fort Worth, we don't have as many porn stars as other regions do. But when I got there, I made so many connections. I talked to so many people. I found out things I did not know, things that is going to help what I'm doing. At the same time, everybody there is there to network. Everybody
Yes.
knows something about somebody in a positive way. So that was a launching pad for us too. So next
Oh,
year, I plan on going to the one in Chicago.
good, because I will be there.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am.
Hey, maybe we'll have to share a booth or something like that.
Yeah, so that sounds great. I mean, because that Chicago one kind of launched me, just blew me up, which
Oh
was
yeah.
great. I mean, I met so many wonderful people. I made lots of contacts, got me into some companies,
Mhm.
shooting with companies and then making lots of contact and
Oh
meeting
yeah.
nice people.
Well, the thing is, as I see it now, the average person is going to go there to look at people that they've seen, on camera, on TV, whatever, autograph or two. You meet your celebrity friends, whether it be the vanilla side or adult side. It's always a party to meet and greet. People like to reach out and touch and talk to the people. But the after parties, man, were really crazy, man. Everybody had a good time. This is lots more normal socialization kind of things. But when you get those connections, I'm telling this to people getting into business or starting into business, when you get those connections, you need to make sure these people are going to be the legitimate ones because they get so much material sent to them that's not legal, that's not legit. It's always someone trying to with ulterior motives. Where
Yes,
Exotica, they're on the level, and you can
yes,
contest to that yourself.
yes. And they are so welcoming. So, they're so welcoming and just willing to help and want to work with you. And just, I haven't, knock on wood, haven't really met anybody that was really, really bad or did something wrong,
Oh yeah.
so far.
Now we have a
So,
few that's going to be in our area, December 13th, I believe it is, in Dallas at the Richardson Hotel. And then we've got one in January. It's more of a fetish con. I got contacted by them today. So they're
oh,
talking,
the fetish one?
yes.
Oh,
And the neat thing is, every, I'm not, well, I can't say every state, but every major city
uh,
sometimes will have what their version might be of a smaller scale Exotica. Not saying it's not important, but hey, man, the smaller ones equal the bigger ones. You got to get involved with the ones that you can find in your area and then the ones you have to actually go to in other places. But I'm telling you this because if you want to come out and check that out, I'll send you info. And anybody out there who want to go to what we have here in the DFW area, you can come and network just like we're networking now. We build this thing up together, and with Sex Day, we put it all as the main hub, and we get that information out there. So you guys are welcome. Bring your content, bring your cards, bring whatever it is to the table, and people will be willing to talk to you.
yes, and they do. People, like when I did the booth in New Jersey, people talked to me and I was able to meet some of my fans, and I love that aspect of it where I have the fans online, but I can't really meet them in person, which was really nice. And I
I,
think they appreciated it too.
I found that to be not only true, but when I walked in, me, a person who is and was considered an outsider, they didn't know me. They knew of what I was doing. They knew the holiday was here. I was trying to do it by myself. I can't do this by yourself. Like you have a manager and people to help you, camera people, whatever. You can't do this stuff by yourself. When I
Right.
got there, they knew who I was, and I didn't put a lot of work into it. I did what I thought was right. When I left, everybody's like, okay, now we have met him and we know about him. And
Uh-huh.
it just went two, threefold after that. So going to these appearances, going out there, talking to your fan base, they want to
Yes.
get up personal with you. They really do. And by
They
the way,
really do.
I need to have an autographed picture from you one of these days. I got to make
Oh,
sure.
I would love to give you one.
hmm Guys, I'm telling you, this camera doesn't do her justice. I know she looks hotter than hell in person, and she looks great on camera. So we'll check out her content and see what she's got. Next question. With you doing this, and you did the lifestyle for a while, do you know about National Swingers Day?
Yes, I heard about it, but I didn't really partake in it just because it was, I don't know, I was swinging just for fun and stuff. So I kind of didn't really put one and one together. I just kind of, you know,
Oh, yeah. People did not know that that was a thing because of the taboo that quote unquote swinging has. And again, we break
yes.
down those barriers. It's not for everybody. We get that. If it's for the people that are doing it, well, that's on them. But
Mhm.
we're not here to shame anybody. We're here to explain protocol, what happens
Exactly.
there. when you go to a club, how to do it safely. People won't talk about that openly. And we're just telling people if you do this, this is what you might want to expect. And they're going to be having a big festival coming up sometime next year during the summer when that happens. So, lifestyle people now have a holiday. We're trying to work on a BDSM holiday, which you might be interested in. But once that gets going, we put that in conjunction with like your personal websites and stuff like that. So we all benefit. We want
Right,
everybody to benefit from what we're doing.
right. And I would love to, advertise and let people know about these holidays because yes, what what I do and is kind of taboo or to the outside it's taboo, but really deep down they want to see it,
Yeah. It seems
you
like
know.
the people who holler the most, they buy the most. They make
Exactly.
content and no one knows that, they want to be hush hush about it and say, hey man, we know what y'all are thinking. Don't come at us like this is something that you
Exactly.
never thought about before, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's sex. Everybody likes it. Everybody has different parts of sex they like, different things they like, fetishes they like.
Oh, yes,
And you
they do.
can't put one thing down. You have to, one thing might not be your thing, but that's all right. That's their thing. It's all good.
Speaking of a thing being a thing, and I got to ask you this because most of the female talent has this problem, but how many emails do you get by people saying, I want to be in your films. I want to be the actor. I'm better than the last person you filmed with. I'm bigger than I can perform. You guys hear all that, but I bet you get a boatload of that stuff, don't you?
Yes, I do. And then they send me pictures, and I'm like, which is very, I think it's nice of them to uh, say they want to, but there's certain things, steps we have to go through
Of course.
before, you know,
Hmm.
before you can shoot with somebody. You have to be tested by a certain lab and certain tests you have to have done. It's just for my safety and other people's safety, you know.
Makes sense. We advocate that a lot. We tell people, safe sex, hey man, that's where it is. I pass out condoms once a month in town. I go to colleges. I pass out condoms to the homeless. I pass out condoms to lifestyle clubs and also strip bars too. We don't have a problem with that because, you play safe, you're gonna be okay. And or
Yes,
like you said, the testing is something that needs to happen more. We partnered with a place in Dallas that does free testing. They bring out mobile vans to either places where I'm going, like the expos or certain clubs, and they test once or twice each month on a Saturday. We just secured that last week. We have access, and literally, to people that can give us up to 8,000 condoms a month.
wow, that's wonderful. I mean, granted, I don't like condoms. That's, they just, I want to feel,
Oh, yeah,
I want to feel, I want to feel it. And plastic, latex or non-latex free condoms, just, but I respect the people who wear them and I will respect that.
oh, yeah,
But when we do the shooting, we test for everything and we don't use condoms.
exactly. They say people feel actually safer
Yeah,
filming industry people than, the non-industry person. And, there are certain things now. There's so many new medications out there for instance, HIV. It's not a
yeah,
death sentence anymore. There's so many things that will get you a normal life if that be the case. Stuff that's preventative before you even get infected. They have blockers that you won't get infected if you had unprotected sex. And we want to put that out. We don't want the ignorance and the people not knowing because it's available now. It's not like it was 20 years ago. But still,
right. Yeah,
condoms are affordable. They're cheaper if you can't afford them. There's so many free clinics out there. But our
that's
mission
true.
is to put more of that. And some people are filming that in the industry. I've seen it before in certain scenes.
Yeah. And actually in the state of Texas, there's this thing that where you can get free condoms so many once every so many months.
Yes, it's
So
called.
I mean it's a free thing that's Texas does.
Yep, it's called Texas Wears Condoms, and we've talked to them before. Also, they're really good. They're based out of San Antonio. They do more in that city, but they should do more out here, like, outdoor stuff, public stuff. They bring out tables, bring out the product, obviously. They don't have a branch here. That's the problem. But they will send them through the
Right.
mail.
Yes, that's
Oh, yeah. Big
yeah,
packages, too. And they
yeah,
send
big
them too.
packages.
Pardon me?
Yes, so they do. And I think that that's great that they do that for because I do believe in safe sex, but
Mhm.
I believe that the porn industry, or at least the people that I work with, we make sure that we're tested and we do all the right tests. So I
Exactly.
feel safe and the other person feels safe. And,
Mhm. What are
well,
some of
it's,
your favorite scenes to film? Because, I mean, let's face it, some people are doing scenes where it's not their thing, but they're doing it for the sake of the industry or the sake of the production. They say, I'm more of an oral person, I'm more of an anal person, I'm more of a girl on girl person. So, what are some of the fun scenes that you like to film?
well, when I'm very versatile. I like to, I like to do gonzo. I like to do doggy. I like to do, um, I like to do foot jobs. I like doing girls. Um, I really am very versatile. Now, I don't do, I haven't, I do anal in my personal life, but I haven't done it on screen yet, and I am going to. I just have been kind of busy, and you know, I haven't found the right, you know,
Oh, yeah.
person. I do double penetration, which I like. Um, so I'm pretty easygoing. I like, you know, almost anything. Almost
There you go.
anything.
Mhm. Hey, the more versatile the actress is, the more people get paid, the more they'll see it out there. Some people say I'm limited, and that can be a personal choice. That's not a
Yeah.
problem. There's
Oh
so
yeah.
much of it out there. But the more people do it, the more it kind of happens. And yes, its versatility is kind of where it is for some people. So, you do what you do, you find it comfortable. And I ask this question a lot too, because some people can't make the connection. And what I mean by that is you might be put with an actor you may not be attracted to. And if you are, how would you overcome that? Because in acting, that's what it is. It's just an act. As a vanilla
Yes.
actor, I had to do kissing scenes with certain people, and I'm like, I don't really care for this chick, but I'm acting as if I did because that's the job to do. So, how would you overcome that in the porn industry?
Actually, I kind of go into my head and try to get in the moment and not look at that person. Just kind of get in the moment and I don't know, get into my head. And because not everybody, I mean, I've loved everybody that I've worked with,
Hmm.
but I mean, I'm sure there's some that I like, but I didn't love, but
I get
you
it.
know,
Hmm.
but I
It,
tried to make it fun and laugh, you
it,
know,
it
and
makes
that's
perfect
kind of
sense. It makes perfect sense because I've heard people, directors, producers, they told people, we got this person picked out for you, and their description is this. Now, you may not be attracted to that, but you got to make sure you like it. Again, it's an act we're doing. The difference between an X-rated movie and an R-rated movie is penetration. That's the only difference. They got love scenes, they got nude scenes, they just don't do penetration.
right.
So they're very parallel, and you got to think about it that way. I learned that when I was a film student in college, but you got to be able to pull it off. But I can tell by what you do, you pull it off very well. You seem very enjoyable on camera.
Well, thank you. I love sex and I love different kinds of sex. So I guess that's why, I guess that's why I'm, you know,
Mhm.
having fun and maybe it comes out in my film
Feel yeah.
because bottom line is I enjoy and I love sex.
We can detect some people when they film. They're like, well, I'm uncomfortable. And sometimes their emotions, they're reading the script, they're saying the right words, they're doing the right things vocally. But I've seen a couple scenes where some people are clearly uncomfortable, or maybe the actor is a little bit too rough with them. Maybe they're had second thoughts, kind of a buyer's remorse kind of thing. It's normal because in regular acting, it's the same way. On stage acting, it's the same way. The difference is penetration. But,
Yeah.
a real actor, actress can sell it. They can sell it.
Yeah.
And believe me, yours is sold. You've
Oh,
done a
thank you.
damn good
I
job of what you do.
well, I enjoy it. So
Oh, yeah.
that's
Now, would you consider having your own production company, or do you have one now? Because uh, people can work for the big companies, and they do, and they will. But when you start getting the revenue on your own level, then you're making more than almost 90% of the profit, if not 100% of the profit. So, is that a direction you may go to in the future?
yes, I'm I'm thinking about it, it's on my mind, you know,
Hmm.
but I'm enjoying what I'm doing now, but you know, I know there's steps that I will eventually get there.
Oh, yeah.
And
It takes some time. People think you just jump in the porn, it's a big splash, and there you have it. And parties all night, chicks all day, and it. There are some people who may have that, but the majority they do not. They work 9 to 5, and until it really kicks in when they get what they want to get, it's work. You got to put out new content. They love your old stuff, but they want new stuff. Just like an artist, you got to keep it fresh. So the day-to-day portions of what you have to go through, do you find that to be a challenge in your adult career?
yeah, a little bit because I'm trying to think of new different things and people think that all the people that are in porn, it's little Pornville, and we can just go to this guy and do porn with him, and then next door neighbor, and people in porn, we're not all in one little town. We're all over the country, so it's harder to maybe be with shoot with somebody that's like you know states away. So it's
Mhm.
sometimes it's harder that way. So
Yeah,
I try to find the right people, the right times, and find new ideas to do and
makes
that
sense.
kind of.
And that is true. Now, the bigger cities, LA, New York, Miami, they got more people there. I mean, people kind of go there for that. Vegas, too. They kind of go there for that. So that's like an exception. There's so many of them there. But where we are, it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to find, but people do exist. I found out there's a difference between content creators and porn stars. So I work with both. The girl that got me really interested in talking to the adult industry, she's a porn star. And I've worked with her since 2020, and she kind of gave me a lowdown in front of the scenes, behind the scenes, what goes on where the average person does not know that. That's what kind of got my interest to put it out there like.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
it's in this town, it's a little bit different. I totally get that. Have you made any connections with people in this area?
Um, well, I've made not in this area, but in the state of Texas.
Okay.
I've made, you know, a few connections there. But overall, content wise, it's very hard to find people in this area willing to do my requirements of testing and them being reputable and them understanding what it is and what I do. It's not just coming and fucking. It is fucking and it's fun, but it's also business. you know, Business is testing and, making sure that you're on the up and up and level.
And paperwork. You got to
Yeah.
sign the 2257s. You got to look at the contract to see what is entailed. You got to see what the royalties are, payments or FTP, whatever the situation. There's so many steps that people don't know about.
You got to have photos. You have to have, I mean, there's so much paperwork involved, which understandable, but there's so much paperwork involved for every different site. I mean, in every creation, you have pile of paperwork.
Oh yeah.
So it's,
Pile of paperwork and it's got to be signed, photo ID, a valid photo ID, people.
yes, yes.
Some people are like, "Oh, I'm going to do this content." And they get their photo, whatever, and it's like their
It's,
jail ID. It's
uh,
got probation written on it. Like,
uh,
really,
it's
people?
like, yeah, or they forget, oh, I forgot my ID. I'm like, No, no. Well, if you forgot your ID, then I'm sorry, but we can't work together unless you have your ID. It's just, there's certain rules that we all have to abide by.
That is the downside of it all. And that's never going to stop being a topic because, again, we look in, get online, people see what they see. They don't hear about the no-shows. They don't hear about the ID expiring or I don't have it. They don't hear about I forgot my test results. They don't hear about, oh, you know what? I had on my phone, I lost my phone, and I just, can we do this now and
Or
get
my
back
dog
to that
ate it.
later? You've been there, huh?
Yes, I've been there, and I'm like, sorry. I'm really sorry, but no, we can't do it.
It happens, boy. It really
Yeah.
happens. I've talked to some people that own some a production company up north. They sponsor what I do, and she wrote a book about it, how to be a porn star. And yes, I know people have heard me say this before. I'm gonna keep saying it again because it breaks it down. It gives you a detailed what to expect, what not to expect in your best interest. Now, you may modify her suggestions, but
Uh,
they deal with it on a weekly basis and they book flights and people miss them. They book flights, they get on them, and they go elsewhere in the city instead of going to where it's supposed to go and film. They book flights and they forgot it at home. All this is in there, but we don't think like that. We think, turn it on, look at it, we liked it. What's the next one? Doesn't
yeah,
work that way.
that's true.
There
But
you go. Well,
but it's part of the business. I mean,
it
you
is.
just have to know how to deal with it and say no if you forgot it or whatever. You just sorry.
Oh no, she's right, ladies and gentlemen. She's telling it just like it is. Well, we're running out of time right now, so I want to thank you for being on the show. And I like doing follow-ups, so I tell the people if I've spoken to you before, there's a possibility of us doing it again because people want to know what's going on with you after they've seen the first time. So, we appreciate anybody who puts time into what we're doing and what we're trying to achieve. We can't do this ourselves, people. And with you watching, the best thing you can do to help us out, to help her out, to help everybody out in the industry or not, is to join us. Get on our X, which is right here on Twitter, of course, sexdays.org. We're also on FetLife under National Sex Day. The website, sexdays.org. We have the YouTube channel. We're on XBiz TV and SLS Radio. That's where the audio portion is. Swingers Lifestyle Radio, SLS Radio. They're great. They have been coming with us saying, hey, give us what you have. We'll put it out there because they know we own the legitimate holidays, including Swingers Day, Anal Sex Day, Oral Sex Day, obviously National Sex Day. June 9th, the 6th month, the ninth day holiday 69. All about prevention, all about safety, all about your mental health, your sexual health, the sex coaches I work with, the sexual counselors that have been chiming in, the companies, the places where we go, like Exotica and FetCon and all the other places that have invited us. We're going to make sure we can try to make them all in 2025. And the people who are just supporting us worldwide. Again, out of 7 billion people, there's only one National Sex Day owner, and that's me, DJ Rick. So you know what? We're all in this together. We'll see you guys next time. Enjoy yourselves. Tune in, support. Go to the links we're going to get her content, contact her on X, look at what she's got. People, we need your support.
Oh,
Let's do this. What do you
on
have?
my ex, on my ex, it's not Bridgette Daniels. It's uh Twitter at Sexy Cougar Slut.
Because she is a sexy cougar. It really makes up, like that name. And she's right, sexy cougar slut. So it's right there
But
on X.
but my other stuff is Bridgette Daniels.
Trust
Like
me.
my link tree is link tree backslash Bridgette Daniels, which that shows all my platforms and
She can be found, and we're going to find her. And we're going to keep talking to her and all the other people who have been on my past shows and the ones we have lined up going into the future. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, check out the credits that we're going to roll. Be a part of this. Everybody's affected by it one way or the other. National Sex Day, the only and first adult holiday on record, and we are pushing it out there for everybody on the planet. Thanks again. We'll talk to you soon.
bye.